Hey guys, what's up? My name is Pony Wars Blast, back to another video, and today I will be ranking the Star Wars cartoons. I'm gonna leave the movies out of this, because I want to do a special video for that, but to celebrate the new Skeleton series coming out, I decided to, rank the Star Wars, shows. Yeah, let's begin. We're gonna start off with the D range very quickly. And first, I'm gonna start with Book of Boba Fett. If I can fucking get to it. And Book of Boba Fett was one of those shows that I just couldn't really get into. I think I tolerated it a little bit more than others. But for a year, it was very hyped. I mean, a little bit of a spoiler alert. Back around when season 3 of Mandalorian ended, they announced that they were making Book of Boba Fett. And I think all of us were pretty excited, but in the end, we kind of got garbage. And the only really good parts were when the Mandalorian characters really showed up, or when Luke Skywalker and Ahsoka met. Speaking of things that I just could not get into, where'd Acolyte go? I just had Acolyte on here. There it is. Acolyte, I think all of us can agree it was just not very good. I personally, fuck. I personally am. I'm sorry for the lag and the swearing. No, I have seen this. Stop lagging with me. So, I think all of us can agree Acolyte was just not very good, to say the very least. And it was also, like Book of Boba Fett, it was pretty hyped. We saw posters and everything, and I thought it was gonna be pretty good. I thought it was gonna be darker, but in the end, the characters were just bad, per se. I mean, apparently, I'm not really a big Squid Game person, but apparently there was this one guy who is from Squid Games who played Soul, and at first I thought he did a good job, but then I started looking more into the character of Soul, and I kind of thought he was just a little too soft in a way. Meanwhile, they just took the plot from The Wrong Jedi and just kind of made their own thing, and they removed all the elements of what made The Wrong Jedi work. I mean, you look in the first couple of episodes are exactly like the Wrong Jedi arc from the Clone Wars, and it's executed botchly. Let's see what else. Andor. I know some people are really gonna be upset with me, and let me explain. I will explain in a little bit once I can get it up there. Andor just kind of bored me. I'm sorry for those of you who really like Andor. Actually, no, I'm not sorry because it's my opinion. But if you do like Andor, that's fine. But Andor was one of those shows that I just couldn't get into. Some people told me to watch a few more episodes. I kind of did, and I just still couldn't really get into it. But I decided to rewatch it a second time. At some point, I might be rewatching it a second time. So we'll see where my opinion still stands from here. Because a lot of people told me it had a bit of a darker atmosphere to it, which I really liked. Which I really like dark atmosphere in shows. Yeah. I think that's all pretty much for the cartoons in this one. Um, oh, and Book of Boba Fett. I meant to say the end of season 2, not 3. Crap. Um, let's see. Oh, here's another one that I kind of forgot about. Resistance. Can we all just agree that Nothing from the sequel trilogy just works. Nothing from the sequel trilogy works. And I think this show kind of proves it. Um, I mean, they tried taking the what made Rebels good, and they kind of botched it up badly. A lot of people like to say Ezra is annoying, and I personally don't agree with those people. But yeah, Kaz is worse than Ezra. I will say that much, and I think all of us can agree on that. They have this Chopper ripoff, except they named him Bucket, and they just removed anything that made Chopper like funny. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Young Jedi Adventures, I'm gonna put in Never Watch because it's for smaller children, so it's harmless. But it is one of those shows where, yeah, I know I like Bluey, but I just can't really get into. I'm really sorry. Um, Young Jedi Adventures is just something that I didn't really watch. It's something for younger kids, and that's okay. That's all I can really say about it. And the plot just doesn't really interest me. I mean, yeah, I know I like Bluey, and I also like some preschool shows. But Young Jedi Adventures was just something that I'm not really into. Um, let's start with Obi-Wan Kenobi, and we're gonna put that in work. We're gonna put that in. No, we're not gonna put that in D tier. We're gonna put that in C tier because I honestly thought it was okay. Um, I wouldn't call it the most perfect season of all, but I would say that it is pretty good. Um, I did kind of like Reva a little bit and her character. I know some people are really gonna hate me for that, but I also thought this was a pretty good return to Hayden Christian voicing, well, Darth Vader. And I love the battle scene between Darth Vader and Obi-Wan Kenobi, but the scene where he's missing part of his mask, Rebels did that before this did. So I don't get, well, I get why they did it, but still. Speaking of Rebels, let's just go with the S tier and just. I'm really sorry, my computer is being a little brat. No, we're not gonna put this in B tier. There we go. Rebels is one of those shows that I grew up with Rebels, so maybe that's a bit of a me thing. I did not grow up with things like Clone Wars, so I kind of missed out there. But Rebels. I personally love Rebels. This is what got me into Star Wars. This is what got me into doing the things I love. And 10 years later, it still holds up. And it's put me in an adventure that I wouldn't trade for the world. But yeah, I love Star Wars Rebels very much. Um, I have a bit of a fond memory of it because I used to watch this with my grandmother back when I was still like around 12, 13, and even like 16 years old. I still would watch this with my grandmother. She hated this flapper haircut bitch. Um, and also may Granny rest in peace. She passed away 2 years ago, and because of this, I grown stronger to Rebels because of it. It was kind of my emotional support during my mourning period. Alright, Tales of the Empire Season 2. I'm gonna put that in kind of the same category. I'm gonna put that in B, actually. Because I did really like some stuff in it. Not everything in it was perfect, but. Actually, no, I'm gonna put this in, no, not D. and see. I did really like it. Um, it was just not perfect. It's not a perfect show season. I didn't care for what they did with Barris. And I kind of felt like the Morgan Ezebeth thing was a little too rushed, but that's just my opinion. And yeah, we are gonna ignore movies for this because, well, for one, I kind of need to wrap this up, and two, um, because I'm doing this. I'm planning on doing a special episode with Benjamin Studios when it comes to this. Speaking of specials that seem like they're never gonna get released, Bad Batch season, Bad Batch. No, we're not gonna put Bad Batch in D. That's crazy. There we go. Now I've talked about this before. Bad Batch was a show that, when I first heard about it, I didn't really think much of it. I kind of just thought, okay, seems like it's nothing interesting, but I'll give it a try. I was wrong. Because this show managed to really surprise me. I really liked Omega. I felt like they handled a lot of the darker atmosphere in season 3 better than in Andor, where Andor I just thought it was kind of boring. But, yeah. I know some people are probably gonna be thinking, when is that season 3 ranking and review gonna come out? And don't worry, it's already being worked on. A lot of stuff has happened in the past couple of months, and, because of that, time has kind of moved fast for me, in a way. And my summer depression kind of hit really hard. But, not as hard as it did last year. But, long story short, it hit pretty hard. Let's see, what else do we have? We have 4 more to go. We can't really put Skeleton Crew on here, and for one, I haven't seen it yet, and two, I plan on watching it, don't worry. Just not today, maybe Wednesday or Thursday, or maybe even tomorrow. I got nothing going on tomorrow. Ahsoka, this might be a little nitpicky for me, and you guys probably know me too well to know where I would put Ahsoka. And maybe this is cheating a little bit, but Ahsoka is going in S tier. I love the continuation between Rebels and Ahsoka. I love where they went off from there, and it kind of makes you wonder if they're going to release a season 2. I've heard rumors that they're developing season 2. But overall, I'm just really excited for Ahsoka. And I'm also an Ahsoka nerd. So I can't really, deny how much I love this show. But yeah. And then now we have 2 more on the left. Mandalorian. I'm actually gonna put this in A tier. I like The Mandalorian, don't get me wrong. Especially the first 2 seasons. But then season 3 kind of hit and it kind of started to suck. And it kind of started to become a little overused about Grogu and Mando, or in this case, Din Djarin. And, yeah. Tales of the Jedi. No! Oh, wait, hold on. Sorry, my computer just kind of... I don't know how tier lists really work, so pardon me. We're gonna put that in A. Let's give it an A. And we're gonna move Tales of the Jedi to a B. I personally really liked Tales of the Empire. I personally really liked Tales of the Jedi. I wouldn't call this like the most perfect Star Wars, But I did like knowing Dooku and Ahsoka's backstory. Oh, and baby Ahsoka will never not stop being cute. I even my mom's friend's husband actually crocheted me a baby Ahsoka, and it is the cutest littlest thing ever. Shout out to him once again. Anyway, here it is. That's my ranking of the Star Wars shows. Anyway, that's all for today, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.